Paul was struggling for you. He was struggling for me. He was struggling for everyone that Jesus died for, which is everyone that has ever lived. God saved us through Jesus' death and resurrection, but hear me tonight, he used Paul's struggle to lead us to salvation. So are we struggling for the salvation of others? And I don't want this to sound negative, but the struggle is real, and life gets hard, difficulty comes. The question is, are we willing to trust God in the middle of it? Do we believe that God is with us, and He is for us, and that in His sovereignty, He desires to use us, even in this, to make His glory known to others? Even in this. And right now, some of you, I know that where you are is not where you expected to be. It's not where you want to be. But are we willing to sit down in that place and say, even in this, I believe you're sovereign. Even in this, I believe you're good. Even in this, I believe it's for your glory. I don't fully understand how I got here or why I got here. But what I know is I'm never apart from you, and you're always working for your glory. So even in this, there must be goodness and mercy following. Even in this, souls must be being redeemed. See, Jesus wasn't sent to take away our difficulty. He was sent to free us from the bondage of sin, and so we could be restored to fellowship with God. He struggled to set us free. Are we willing to struggle to lead others to that same freedom? Will we put our heartbreak in His hands? Will we give Him full charge of all of our finances? Will we walk the path He chooses for us, even if it's not the path we have chosen for ourselves? Will we make singleness and marriage about His glory? Will we yield our children or our lack of them to His hands for His glory? Will we make our homes altars of His presence for our families, our friends, our neighbors, maybe even for our enemies? Are we willing to see our jobs as places that God has put us to live differently so that conviction is stirred in the hearts of sinners and a flicker of light can be shined to those who are living in darkness? Why do we always think that the new job is about us being blessed instead of Jesus being glorified? Why do we always think about how many more dollars an hour we just got instead of how many sinners are now going to be in the presence of the Spirit of God who lives in me? Why do we always think it's another step in the ladder of comfort rather than it's going deeper in the struggle so that Jesus could do something that He hasn't done there yet? Why do we make everything about us when we've already been settled? You're settled. If you're in Christ, you are in Christ. Now you're in His hands to be used so that others can be changed.